Welcome back. Episode 7 of How's Your Week Been? It's a special one this week.
Ooh.
Oh, it's super special.
Is that special? You couldn't get a decent guest?
No, it's the perfect time to get
He's really
the two most perfect guests on possible. It's been the biggest week of our On the Tools careers as we transform and merge into Electric House, social media and publishing agency. And this week, it's my absolute pleasure to have creative director, co-founder, Adam Barry.
Thanks for having me.
And our commercial director and shareholder,
Invested interest from the beginning.
Yeah, right at the start.
Andy Taylor.
Co-founder of Electric House.
Co-founder of Electric House.
I love dropping that in. Brilliant.
How's it going? How's your week been?
It's been alright, yeah. It's been. We were just talking earlier, weren't we, Andy, about how draining this week's been.
It's very intense,
And-
but it's a lot of fun.
First world problems, you know, when you go out drinking for a launch party.
Excessively on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, it kind of takes it out of you, doesn't it? But putting that aside, it's been a great week. I think it's probably been one of my favourite weeks since we started this 5 years ago.
Yeah, right up there with when we started getting Asda food delivered.
Yes.
Yeah, the weekly
That
show.
was a great week.
Right up there with the weekly show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a mad one, hasn't it? I was Monday night. I couldn't get sleep. It felt like Christmas Eve.
Were you
when I was a
buzzing?
kid? I was. Yeah, excuse the pun. I was buzzing. And then when I woke up in the morning as well, it was like 6. And I was just like, oh god, it felt wicked. And there was a nice buzz through the office, there wasn't there? You know, everyone is excited, and the party was a biggie. Fancy dress.
It was good, yeah.
Ad Barry, you won, didn't you? Best fancy dress.
I did win.
How did you win?
I went as the real Slim Shady. Yeah, cuts a photo of me dressed
Did
as
you,
the real Slim Shady.
How far did you take that?
Yeah.
Oh, I took it all the way. Look at that. I mean, if you're listening to this, it's pretty hard, but I've still got a yellow top that
Top of your head.
I'm stuck with now, yeah.
Yeah, not a yellow top that he's wearing that you
No,
can take off.
no.
A yellow top of the head.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, that's dedication for you. And as creative director, I thought I've got to go that one step further and be a little bit more creative than everyone else and win.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I do because I'm a winner.
Yeah. And as commercial director, I went as Del Boy.
Yeah.
Because I'm a trusted soul. Yeah.
We have guest jingles. You are guests.
hello.
Special guests.
I don't believe we've got a jingle.
I'm unsure whether you're going to have one. Or Jamie seems he's got like a bit of a cocky face.
Like he's not sure if he's even got one.
Oh, okay.
I told you.
Yeah.
Oh, look how disappointed
I'll
they
do
are.
that.
Save it for the real guys.
Okay, so let's have the guest jingle then.
Electric House presents.
You thought he was going to lick it.
Just
touch it, what's
shows
wrong with
his hand. Touch that and he's
He
like,
went, he just meant to touch it.
Sorry.
9 out of 10 for that jingle, by the way.
Yeah, really
That was
good. What were the lyrics on that?
Oh, wow.
Did you record it?
We're talking about Electric House and our launch and what a week we've had and stuff. What? I'm going to go to Andy Taylor because he's the Del Boy of the group, isn't he?
Well,
So how are you positioning it, Andy? What is Electric House?
we're a social media and publishing agency with a strong focus on communities. And when I say communities, predominantly at the moment we're talking on the tools, as people who follow you will be aware of, but also on a budget, which is a community of closed Facebook groups that we own and operate, and they have circa 1.7 million people in closed Facebook groups talking about different verticals. The key one is DIY on a budget, which has got 1.3 million. And that is people that want to improve their domestic surroundings. And so it's people who are interested in home decor and
Sharing ideas and saving money, isn't it?
It's inspiration, it's information, and it's ego. But without the ego, you don't get the inspiration.
Yeah.
Because people post, look what I've done with my living room, and then people go, wow, how do you do that? And then it creates a cyclical that way. It's really good. Very engaged.
Nice.
What Andy said. That's pretty much what I was going to say. No, for me, what I'm trying to explain to a lot of people is that we do more than just post things on a Facebook page. I think that's where we've really struggled in the past, because On The Tools, as an agency, has the same name as the big Facebook publisher, and that is always going to be bigger in terms of like people knowing what On The Tools is. They're always going to go, the Facebook page. No one's going to turn around and go, oh, the agency.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're always going to say, oh, that huge Facebook community. So it's about going, well, we don't just post the content. You know, we create the content, we produce it, and we distribute the content.
It's it. We write the theme tune.
Yeah, we do everything.
yeah.
We do it all.
Yeah,
but it's very easy for people not to understand that when all they see is a publishing page.
And is that the reason we made the move? That was the...
For me, it's one of the reasons. Yeah.
Commercially for me as well, absolutely, because I think we've done really well with the social channels to keep that feel of it's relevant, it's authentic, and as I've been asked before or said to before, oh, we thought it was just a builder who did it in his spare time. You know, so that's great from that side of things, but that's a bit doesn't help commercially if people think that people are just sending that builder some content to put out. So from a B2C perspective, we've done a really good job of it, but it's just to make it a bit clearer for on a B2B basis of how brands can work with us and partner with us.
Yeah, because we've never had it, have we? You know, we were joking the other day because we've never had a B2B website, which when you look at it is it's jokes, isn't it? Really,
fundamental.
It is, but it just shows, you know, how much value we provide, that we've got as far as we have without having things like that in place, which is like, you know, a fundamental for any agency is a website.
Yeah, because when you go to the On The Tools publishing website, it's nothing to do with the agency. It's to do with tradespeople. It's not, you know, and you could quite quickly as a brand or another agency get there and just get lost and go, what the fuck is this?
It's hard work to find.
Yeah,
us. Yeah,
because we never wanted to cross over the line to the On The Tools community. That we're just trying to.
We sell adverts.
It's our balance.
Yeah,
isn't
we're
it?
serving you with commercial content.
We've had that sort of identity crisis, haven't we, as On The Tools, and I think it's. I'm excited to make the move, and I just love the branding. I love it, and we've worked a lot on that. You know what? That's been like 6 months in the making, that branding, and but I'm really, really happy with it. I didn't think we'd get to a point where I sort of like the branding on our agency more than I would On The Tools, you know, and the affinity to it and the feeling I get when I look at it and I talk about it. And
well, even the name was a struggle, let's face it. I remember being here till about midnight one night.
Monkey Tennis was the front runner at one point.
Yeah, fully decent.
Honestly, Monkey Tennis, fully decent, storyboard,
Storyboard, we
really
did it for about 24 hours.
We sat in this room right here, didn't we? And then
It was after a World Cup game, wasn't it? Last summer.
We was here till
and it was
late.
really
it
late,
was
weren't
midnight,
we?
and then we thought we cracked it. Some of the shit that was written on that list, though, imagine.
I can't believe we were seriously thinking about calling it Monkey Tennis. Like that was me and you were looking at each other going, "We're probably it sounds great." Monkey Tennis.
It's late, isn't it? You get delusional.
That's why we had to quit in the end.
You've been camping, you're not slept, and you wake up the next morning and you're all a bit.
Yeah, it was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But no, it's this is just the start though. So saying this is what we are and this is what we can do. Now we've really got to push that message out there, because even now we're still getting people. You know, didn't you have someone want to do a campaign earlier and the exchange was a cement mixer?
in brackets worth £336. We will give you a free cement mixer.
Yeah.
If you advertise our brand on your Facebook page.
Yeah. So that clearly is
if
someone
they offered
there.
us 48 and we got one each or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe we're in
yeah.
business. But
So it's a great example of people still not quite understanding what's behind it, which you know what, I'm fine with that, because that's our job to do that. You know, we've got to get out there and we've got to show these brands that this is what we do. I want people to look at On The Tools communities and think, actually, there is no commercial aspect to this.
Yeah,
that's what I want from a consumer point of view. Going, oh, actually, this is unspoiled. It's ran by the trade. You can tell.
Us,
yeah. If people think a builder's running it in his bedroom, On The Tools as a community, brilliant.
Yeah, it's a testament, isn't it, to the content we're trying to create
Tone of voice,
and the tone of voice and stuff. But equally, it's a hindrance when you've got someone offering you to pay you in cement mixers.
Don't pay the bills, does it?
No, cement mixers don't pay
I'm
the
gonna
bills.
walk into
Lights
the
don't pay the
Halifax.
bills.
Walk into the Halifax.
Can I have this against me mortgage?
What we could do is not pay the salaries 1 month, but
Everyone gets a
everyone
cement
gets a
mixer.
couple of cement mixers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. That's why the move's there. I've got on here, which I knew Jamie would want to try and bring up, is like some bit of guest history. You know, how did you get to the point of jumping into On the Tools, and now you find yourself as Andy, commercial director of Electric House Group, and Electric House as an agency.
I was walking past one day. No, well, you and I used to work together. That's the immediate past. At a five-a-side football company, and we worked well together. I felt we did.
I still have questions over it.
Yeah, I know you do. It's a similar relationship then. But we made a success of the business we were in there, and you used to come up to me with ideas all the time. There was a few along the times. One was a competitor to Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would never catch on, I thought.
No.
Was Uber out at the time?
It was, yeah, because that's where you got the idea from.
No, you know where I got the idea from? There was one in London that launched called Halo.
Okay.
It was a black cab one. I think Uber had just launched in the US,
Great idea.
They got no traction.
Yeah.
But obviously, Uber's cost a fair bit of money, I think.
So you came over to me this one time and said you had this thing that you were working on called On the Tools. Was I interested? I didn't understand the recruitment side of things at the time because, unlike Adam, I hadn't spent 12 years in the trade. But you showed me that I think you'd been doing it about 2 weeks and you had about 30,000 followers on Facebook. And the business we were working in was a five-a-side football, so it was quite a fun business. Yet they only had like 8,000 followers after about 10 years, or probably about 3 or 4 years of a Facebook page. And I thought, there's something in this. And so yeah, I said, all right then. And
I basically went and asked him for money. I was like, I need some dough off you. You've got loads of dough, you have. I know you have. I know you squirrel money away.
Selling elephants on the black market.
Selling elephants in the black market.
yeah. So yeah, that was the immediate thing. Do you want the before that?
I mean, if you want it. Do you want to?
Do you want that before that? Before that, I was an elephant keeper.
It's like you're bored of telling people now. At one point you were proud of it, and now you're like,
I've said it so many times, and people go, really? It's like, no, I've just made it up. Carry on. I was an elephant keeper, and then I managed the zoo and stuff like that.
He's in the RAF as well, aren't you?
I'm
During
like,
the war?
I'm like,
During the war?
I can give you a reference that you won't get, but I'm like Mr. Ben, which was a TV series where he went into the shop and got in fancy dress, and one week he was an astronaut, and the next week he was a cowboy. And I'm a bit like that.
I would love to know if anyone listening to this got that reference.
Probably.
And if you did, please leave a review.
leave a review anyway.
20% of the current audience got it, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a result. So yeah, I did a few things before that. Adam.
Hello. For those of you that don't know the story, me and Lee were childhood friends.
Sweethearts.
Sweethearts, yeah, still are, I believe.
Yeah.
And we used to go on holiday together. I'd go with his mum and dad, and with Lee as well. It wasn't weird. He'd come away with me and my parents.
There's a TV program there, isn't there?
There is,
Kid Swap.
Kid Swap, yeah. And then we stayed friends ever since, didn't we? We drifted in and out. Lee got married, had kids, and I've done the same. And then, we stayed in touch all the way through. So 4.5, 5 years ago, we was getting drunk in your garden, and I was struggling to get some people on a job I was working on. So I was in the trade for 12 years.
Man and boy.
Man and boy. A lot of people don't know that either. And we got chatting about a struggle to get plasterers on a job I was on, and Lee said there's got to be an app for that. There wasn't at the time. There was like Check a Trade and Rated People, but that's B2C. If you want someone to come into your home and service your boiler, there was nothing for the tradespeople, business to business. So we'd done a bit of research. Well, we didn't actually. We just got drunk, talked about the idea, and then next day I woke up. I was driving to a job, having got all the alcohol out of my system from the previous night.
Of course.
And
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
and I think
It wasn't 8 in the morning.
I can't remember whether Lee rang me or I rang him, and we were just like, "Are you still serious about this idea?" I was like, "Yeah." So okay, let's start working on it, and the rest is history.
And I came up with a name.
Lee
and
did come up with a name.
Come up with a name, which I always had. But when I first pitched it into Ad and Mark, this is what their reaction was on the phone. Yeah, well, I'm not sure about it, but we'll keep it until we come up with something better.
And now we have Electric House.
Yeah, no, it
No,
was.
it took 5 years.
Yeah, no, you know what it was? I think Mark's was, what was Mark's?
Mark was Workplace Solutions.
Yeah, so it was better than that.
Yeah, I mean, what?
We wouldn't be sat here now
No.
talking about the success of Workplace Solutions
No.
and how it's turned into Electric House, would we?
That could have
Let's face
ruined
it.
the whole thing, couldn't it? Workplace Solutions.
Yeah.
Corporate Collins, we call
Yeah,
it.
it was Corporate Collins, wasn't it? I mean, you know, what builder or subbies going like talking about their workplace?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the story up until On the Tools.
I love it. It's been a mad 5 years, hasn't it? What I like to do is do a bit of a quiz. I want to move into that.
Like a quiz?
We've got an electric themed quiz this week.
Man.
Hello.
Um,
5 questions.
Andy was about when it was launched, wasn't it? Electricity.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about it, yeah. It's a big thing. A big switch on.
The big switch on, like the Christmas lights in Kenilworth.
Yeah, it's great.
So, 5 questions, multiple choice.
Confer?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, right, we're together. I thought it was against each other.
yeah.
Oh, we're against you.
Yeah, you're against me.
Kind
We're
of, yeah,
against-
yeah, yeah.
Against the system.
It's against the system. This is how you can win some whip coins.
Right, and-
whip coins.
Whip coins.
Have we won any already?
I was going to just
Show
talk
you
about that. I mean, realistically.
How many elephant keepers you had on the show before? Get a point for that?
Yeah, I
Do a lot of
mean,
work for
you
conservation.
get one for being an elephant keeper, but you took a back off you for being a beg. So you're on 0.
Oh, well, at least I won.
Are we collectively or do we get individual?
Yeah,
oh, well done,
collective,
Andy,
yeah,
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
I've got an here, just quickly, He's put next, Jamie's put next to my name, Nordic Walker, right? And then he's put next to yours, Sandwich Man.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what he was hoping for?
I think so, yeah, that's what he's hoping for.
Oh, a life before On the Tools. God, how long we got? No?
Not that long.
I mean, I'm going to have to just
No, you don't
quickly
need
talk
to.
about it now. So, I mean, should we talk about your Nordic walking business, Lee?
I think I was having a breakdown then. So, you know, I think I was having some kind of crisis in my life.
Yeah.
So
You didn't come to me with that one.
No, I didn't. No, I kept that one to myself. What I do remember is I come up with the idea, and I went. What is the most bizarre thing about this is I went on like some geezer pulled my pants down big time because I paid him like 150 quid to learn how to Nordic walk. which is
Isn't it
basically
just
like
walking?
walking? Yeah, with like 2 extended what you class as
Sticks.
like walking poles that you then like stretch because it's like a muscle thing for your arms. Anyway, and I remember I went and stayed with my granddad in London and did like a weekend course in Richmond Park and then walking around
Very-
with a load of
very
these people.
Nordic.
Yeah, very Nordic, yeah. And then I'd set out where I was going to do it in the area and everything. I got a logo done. It was called Walk the Nordic Way with the name of the business.
That's brilliant.
And then I went out one night and I was like, I'm going to go on a walk. And then I got to the field where I was going to do it and I just stood in the field and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I'd spent 160 quid on these poles, about 120 quid on my walking boots, which were a good buy actually because I've still got them now.
Oh, there you go.
Loads of value out of them.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you absolute madhead, what are you doing?
Just standing in the field.
And they never saw the light of day again. It was, but I've always had this urge to like start businesses. You know, we've tried things before, and you know, you've tried lots of things as well.
I've tried lots of things. Yeah, I think I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but everything I see, I instantly go, how can I monetize that? So, you know, it might just be like a woman walking past with a newborn baby. How do I monetize that? It's obviously a joke.
If she sold that baby.
No, but I think it's, everything I look at, I'm like, how can that be monetized or how can that be improved and be done better? And that's me.
It
But
makes me quite angry sometimes when I see businesses and I think, what are you doing?
you could do,
You're just playing at it. You're not even, you know, you see something and their opening hours are like 12 till 2, like it should be a lunch break, and that's all they're open for, and just things like that. I think you're not a proper business.
No.
Yeah.
So to Jamie's reference of the, was it sandwich maker?
Sandwich man.
So
Yeah.
I worked at a local factory in Tamworth called Buckingham Foods when I was younger, and I was tomato man. Sounds like,
It sounds like a shit soup.
it does sound like a really, but that's what they
wore a
call.
suit.
But that's what they call you. You know, you'd be tomato man or cucumber man or lettuce man or the butter man.
Did you hang around with bacon man and lettuce man?
Yeah, probably, yeah. It was either side.
Make a beer.
But the tomatoes were, so what they used to do is you had a big tub and it was already sliced. And you'd have gloves on, but it was like a refrigerator in there, so it's freezing. So you're just handling like real cold, sloppy, soggy tomatoes all day. But if you'd done really well at that, and I don't know what the barometer was for that, maybe just get them on the bread, you could work your way up to become like Butterman. And Butterman was sound because he never got his hands wet or cold,
Right,
because he
yeah.
had the knife
He had
and
the knife.
he'd just butter.
It's like
So
a whole
it was
It
like
was done by hand.
the buttering was done by hand, yeah. Back then, mate. Talking when I was like 16, so what's that? 17, 18 years ago?
1 week you're mopping floors, next week it's the fries. It's like a bit of a promo.
Yeah. So that was the sandwich factory job I had.
How long were you there for?
I don't know, about 6 months before I got
You get the
sacked.
sack.
Yeah.
Did you?
I got sacked from most jobs when I was young. I think it's because I don't think I was built to work for someone until I got to a certain age, and then when I sort of got to like 21, I was like, okay, serious now. You know, you've got to treat people with respect, and if you turn up and you want money, you've got to provide some value.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to that till I was about 21. Before that, it was like, you go out, you get drunk, and you're lucky if I turn up.
You're lucky.
You're lucky if I turn up,
mate.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's do this quiz, yeah? Electric theme quiz. I will give you a point each for your backgrounds. I think I'd like to congratulate both of you for being able to get into the positions you've got into on what sounds like very bad career histories.
Checkered.
Yeah, checkered histories. So, electric theme quiz. Number 1. Electricity travels at the speed of light, but how fast is that in miles per second? So, you've got 3 choices. A, 186,000 miles per second. B, 196,000 miles per second. Or C, 145,000 miles per second.
I mean, it's just a complete guess, isn't it? Unless you know.
Miles per second.
Are you questioning whether that's a thing?
Don't do that because we're going to lose points.
All right.
No, I mean, look,
Well, it's a lot, isn't it? Per second.
Yeah.
I've given you
That's
3
the-
choices.
That's the
You
whole
haven't got
idea.
it.
hour. Per second, you've got to come back 60 minutes and then 60 seconds.
Why are you actually trying to work it
Oh, right,
out?
sorry,
Why would
yeah.
you do that?
Sorry.
196.
196, I was going to say, yeah.
196.
They've gone for
196.
B, 196.
Yeah. 145.
No, it's actually 186. And a fun fact, to get to the edge of the Milky Way at the speed of light, it would take 200,000 years.
Okay.
Not worth the trip.
No.
Number 2, who discovered electricity?
Still not happy with that, to be honest.
Oh, sorry, should we come back to it?
Yeah.
What are you not happy about? Just the ratio, like the
hour.
metric. The metric.
Yeah. Not the answer. Oh, fair play, we got it wrong. But yeah.
Okay. So,
I won't drag it out any longer.
sounds like you are, but
We'll pick it up later.
yeah. Who? Number 2, who discovered electricity? In brackets here, a clue, not static electricity, there is a difference.
Oh, shit, I knew that one.
A,
Professor Static.
was it A, Alessandro Volta, is it B, Thomas Edison, or is it C, Benjamin Franklin?
Right, okay. Thomas Edison.
He invented
Invented
the light
the light
bulb.
bulb.
Yeah, not electricity.
Not
Just
electricity.
the bulb.
So-
The A sounds,
Voltage.
yeah, because wouldn't we really know if it was
Benjamin Franklin, he's just on dollar bills, isn't he?
Yeah, wouldn't we
It's all
know
about
if it was him?
Benjamins.
We'd know that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we'd know about that.
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
You can't, a US president and invent electricity is greedy, isn't it?
Yeah. You got to be known for one or the other.
Okay.
So
I
we'll,
think
we'll go for
A.
Voltaire, yeah.
Okay, and the answer is A, Alessandro Volta.
Hey.
Well done, guys. It's a good process of
It
elimination.
was
Well
good, that
done,
was
well
well
done. Volta is recognised as the person. I don't. This is sometimes worried. Don't you remove this a minute? Volta is recognised as the person to recognise with flowing electricity, not static electricity.
Recognise.
I don't understand what you're saying sometimes, Jamie. The Greeks first noted the effects of static electricity many years ago. Many years ago.
Many years ago.
That was
Many
it.
years
Yeah,
ago.
they used to see like the sap on trees.
You ran out of time there, didn't you?
And then they used to see the sap on trees, and they used to see that their fur or like animal fur would get stuck on it, and they're like, I wonder why that is. But it's because of the static.
Because it's sticky, sap on trees.
Well, yeah, but also yeah, whatever.
Good explanation.
Which of the following produces electricity? Is it A, animal poo? Is it B, asphalt? Is it C, diamonds?
I would say it's A because it's more organic and like a diamond's not. It's not alive, is it? I know poo's not alive.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean. You can have a reaction from just poo, like you know, like fertiliser and compost. If it stays in one place,
Yeah.
you can
There's
settle.
heat
You know
and
what I
it
mean?
can- Yeah. So I think it's generating energy, which could be in the form of electricity. So I would say that. I would use my elephant knowledge.
Can you have the question one more time, please?
Which of the following produces electricity?
Produces. Yeah, I think you're right. It's got to be some form of animal poo produces
Yeah.
electricity.
Is that
Spent
your
a lot of
answer?
time in animal poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go with Andy's experience with animal poo.
Okay, and the answer is animal poo. Well done.
Reputation on the line there.
It was, yeah. Your elephant keeping in background was. So, fifth and final question. You've had a good quiz so
Yeah,
far,
good,
guys.
we've
3 out of
done
4.
well, yeah.
Who and you've put a lot of processes into sort of like eliminating things. It's
I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed watching it. It's been good. It's been a meeting of minds with you two. Number 5. Who owned the first power plant? Is it A,
Easy.
Edwin Howard Armstrong? Is it B, Nikola Tesla? Or is it C, Thomas Edison?
What was Tesla?
Tesla's the cars. Elon Musk.
What? No, Nicholas Tesla though. He was something to do with electricity, like
Is that where they got the name from?
back in your day.
Say them again, please.
Is it A, Edwin Howard Armstrong?
Never heard of him.
B, Nikola Tesla? Or C, Thomas Edison?
Why would you have heard of the first person who had a power station, though?
Well, what did Tesla do? Don't say the cars again. He was very well known for
In the
something
world
to
of
do with electricity. He didn't invent it because we've already established that.
Edison was light bulbs. Could he have done that as well?
I reckon
Like,
Tesla was the first person to like. I don't know. I don't know. Why is he in there? Who is he? What does he
Names to do with
do?
electric. Why is the other fella in there? It's just a made-up name. I don't think Jamie makes up names. I think
So you think it's
he
A?
makes up silly names.
You think it's A?
I would go with A, but I'll be really disappointed if it's B. But I don't think it's C. But then why would C be in it again?
Yeah.
Because he's thrown C in as a dummy answer before.
He's
taking too much
so funny.
No,
You
you know
definitely
what?
took the longest over the quiz.
Okay. I agree with you.
Of
there.
any other guess?
That's like a red herring. Why would he use it again? He's either very, very lazy,
Really?
or it means something,
Yeah.
and it is him. Which one do you reckon's more likely?
Lazy.
We'll go with his lazy. It's A or B.
A or B. Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah. I'm going for A. No, you're going for A.
going
I'm
for
going for
A,
B.
A.
And the answer is C.
Jamie!
Fucking hell, that was brilliant. I thought you'd come to. I was like, oh, they've cracked him. They've cracked his weird code.
And we just went with that. He was
and
just
then he was like,
lazy.
he's being lazy. He wasn't. And actually, as per your A, Edwin Howard Armstrong. Fun fact for you: the first power plant was in New York in 1882. Edwin Howard Armstrong was an electrical engineer
At the power plant.
and developed FM radio.
I heard he had a share in it.
There's
You're a
Technically
prat,
an
aren't
owner.
you?
good set of questions there, Jamie.
Well done, Jamie.
Well done,
You upped
mate.
your game there.
Yeah.
Threw us off the scent with that last one.
So, 3 out of 5 guys. Puts you on 5 out of 7, I guess. But your opportunity now is to ask me a multiple choice question. You have 20 seconds to come up with it.
Oh, okay.
If I get it right, you lose all your points.
Okay.
If I get it wrong, then you double, so you'll go to 10.
Okay. I've already got one.
Okay. Do it then.
Do you want it? Okay.
Obviously, the one rule of this is that you have to be truthful in the answer.
Okay.
And we'll follow up with that and remove points as and when needed.
Okay. What colour am I thinking of? Is it blue, green, or red? Oh, can't do that.
No.
Okay. Is it?
Was that it?
Yeah.
That's rubbish, that.
Have you got one?
Which client did I have a call with this morning?
Okay.
Do you know the answer?
Multiple choice.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't know the answer.
All right, okay.
If I knew the answer, I would have fucking said it.
Was it A,
Yeah.
Talisay Group,
Yeah.
B, Easy Grass,
Yeah.
or C, Tool Station?
C, tool station.
Oh, damn it! You got it right.
Did I?
Do we lose the points now?
Yeah, you lose your
You
points.
sit on the same fucking table as him, Andy.
You
Why would
mentioned
ask-
tool station 3 days ago that you were.
Why would you ask that
Knocking
sort of
around with him.
question?
Because I was short on time, and it was better than you. What colour am I thinking of?
How's that better? We're on a line. We won.
Which, in this bottle of water,
What's happening?
We already done
I thought it was interfered with. Okay.
Might well have been for. Yeah, it might well have been. But you can't. You haven't got the brain capacity to think of something that would make sense.
I
So.
have. I was going to ask you which of these is the highest ingredient within this bottle of water.
I've got the
Yeah,
bottle.
I was going to take that off you.
Okay, do that then. Go on. This is so embarrassing.
So, your question, Lee,
Yeah.
okay, is which of these, in a typical analysis per litre, is the most abundant mineral?
Do you need your glasses? Yeah. He's shrinking it out.
Is it A, calcium? Is it B, magnesium? Or is it C, potassium? It's water, remember that?
I know what it is. Yeah. I don't know. Magnesium.
Ah, so close. No, it was calcium. Sorry.
20 points?
Keep the points.
10 points.
Oh, 10 points.
Not even my water. Well done. That was embarrassing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks. Got the points
He's
now.
going to cut that, by the way. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Which one are they going to get? They're going to lose the points. Or they,
Definitely gonna lose.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's embarrassing.
We've lost points.
You know what you look like then when you're doing that? You look like my dad when you get these people with their eyes up where they have to hold it a lot further away and then do this.
Yeah.
And they get like a little double chin that knocks around. When you do it. Yeah.
What?
So what are the plans, guys? Let's like try and wrap up with what we're doing. You know, what's
Taking over the show.
Yeah.
this show?
No, I don't think we'll be invited back, to be honest. We are taking over, we want to be the biggest social media agency in the UK, if not globally. Why wouldn't you have that ambition when you start something to be the best and the biggest?
Yeah.
We'll die trying.
What does it do to your role?
It makes me look a lot more probably sideways because the focus is bigger and the opportunities are bigger. So I think I'll be more strategic and look for new opportunities and to grow the group because that's an issue now. Whereas always like focusing down on the communities, I guess, when you're in them. So yeah, I think for me I'll broaden my horizons and look for opportunities that we can work on and be successful at.
And you've like always been creative director, but never been creative director at the same time. You sort of had an operations role. you've
Mainly
had,
operations, yeah.
obviously looked after a lot of content for a good couple of years, so you sort of had that element of your creative director role, but then other parts of that role were very heavy on operations and
Yeah.
production and things like that.
Or a few hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it do? Because you recently switched to build out
Yeah, so we've
your own team, haven't you?
Yeah, so we've brought Scott into a head of operations role, which has allowed me to move away from overseeing the social and production elements and just deal with design and creativity, which is where I believe I flourish. So we're just expanding on that team now. But again, working with the commercial team to sort of help them with their strategy and come up with the processes upstairs and just support you guys really. You know, you want to get in front of clients and show them something really fancy, and you need to use us to do that. And that's what we're there for.
We'll take you.
Take me. I'll take my hat off.
Yeah, take it
Get my new haircut.
Get Adam's fancy hair.
And yeah, and you can
No, it's
have
great.
it there.
It's a great resource for us. Both sort of cerebrally, is that a word?
I don't know.
Brain power.
Yeah.
Additional brain power, and then putting
Just
that
say that then.
Go on. It makes for a good podcast.
and then visually how we put that together. Because wow, I've put some horrendous email-based, body of an email proposals together for quite large sums of money previously. And now we actually get to portray what we're about better, and we can align ourselves with a brand. And
What are we about now? That move to Electric House allows us to be the B2B agency, which is great, and have that brand to focus on being able to have those communications with clients and other agencies. But does it change anything of what we offer? Does it?
I think fundamentally we'll still double down on what we do best, and that's this community first perspective and community first content, where we've built these communities and we serve our own content to them, original content, but we also serve the content there for the brands that we work with. And when we do that, we always have to have that community in mind first and foremost. Otherwise, the content doesn't work and the brand don't get the success that they're looking for. And that hasn't changed. I think immediately when we sort of announced what we were doing, some of the brands we already work with started asking questions. Oh, does this mean you'll be able to do this, be able to do that in terms of other services? And that's something that I think we'll look to, again, part of that looking sideways and broadening out what we offer. I think that's right. I mean, it's ridiculous really that the expertise that's within Electric House isn't put to work in terms of social media strategy and managing other people's communities, because they're doing it day in, day out and live and breathe it. So I think there's some great knowledge and expertise that we can use to help other businesses, and even whether that's training or all kinds of things, because we are at it.
Yeah, I think that's where we benefit, isn't it? And where the communities are, we are at it.
We're always at it.
We are at it. But it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because I think what you see from social and what we've learned and what we hear from Facebook now when we're in the room with them is all about actually the original content strategy has got to be there and it's got to be good and it's going to improve the health of the page and therefore will always improve the health of your branded content. So there's lots of publishers out there that will do work on a branded content basis, but if their original content strategy is a bit shit or intermittent, the branded content success will be intermittent as well. You're never really going to know whether it's going to pop or not. You're not going to have the consistency in terms of creating content, but the algorithms aren't going to necessarily be on your side, because when you're constantly creating original content and putting it on the platform and doing it in the way that the platforms want you to, so if they want long form, do long form. If they want short form, do short form. That helps branded content strategy when you actually publish it. And I think that's what's missing from a lot of brands, and understanding that actually if you've not got a content strategy and then you do something really big and you put it out through your social and it's shit and it bombs, it's because actually the other 11 months of the year you haven't really done anything.
You need to be consistent.
You've got to be consistent with it, and
momentum.
I think we will fill that that void in a lot of brands positioning through social really well, and it is because we do it day to day, you know. But I'm looking forward to, you know, I think with the change to Electric House allows us to be more culture led as well across the business. You know, I can't wait to move. I mean, you know, we're trying to do this podcast today in the Hogwarts area is what we call it, where everyone eats their lunch, but then above us there's a massive workshop going on and it sounds like they're going to come through the ceiling. It's going to be a brilliant time for the business to grow. I think we're just getting to the point as well now where we're really starting to understand original content and ad breaks and the revenue that generates, and we're looking at other communities that are going to come into the group as well. It's you know, we'll quickly expand from being on the tools in construction community to having multiple across, you know, obviously we've got on a budget now, but we'll soon have a load more, and I think it's dead exciting. I can't wait to.
I think that's what excites me the most is the amount of communities that we can bring into the fold, because we've spent the last 5 years becoming experts at content on social media platforms. Before we had the advantage because I had that trade background, so I kind of was like, oh, well, I know what they want. But over the last 5 years, we've just learned in general what the platforms want.
Yeah, it's transferable.
And not many people know that. You know, even some of the big social agencies, I'm not going to name them, but they have flagship pages, and the majority of their audiences are in, you know, the Philippines, which is fine if you're going to do brand deals with companies that want to reach the Philippines, but most of them aren't. They're working with UK brands who want to reach a UK audience, and they haven't got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too long before all that comes out in the wash, you know, because there's only so long that can last, where people don't ask those questions of that's fine, but where are you actually getting your views?
Yeah.
And that's based on like share networks across platforms and lots of sort of naughty things that you shouldn't be doing and that don't help your page health moving forward. And I also think there's a lot of pages now that were operated and ran by people who just individuals who grew in groups as well, that because the platforms really need long form content now, not all of them, but let's talk about Facebook and you talk about original content there. Most of these publishers that started 3 years ago that were aggregating content from elsewhere and got huge growth, they haven't got the capacity to create long form content that hits a community, and that's the issue. Their community was so broad because they went for high growth in as many areas as possible, that actually that's left them now with what is a brilliantly big audience, but it's got the wrong content being served to it, like memes and you know, real short form viral-esque content that actually it's the absolute opposite of what the platform wants, and they're just sitting ducks almost now. They're like, well, what do I do? Do I get rid of it? Do I just can it? Do I spend a load of money on trying to get it to a point where the health on it will be good again and I can make money? You know, ad breaks came in for lots of pages because the requirements for it are pretty low, but actually the requirements to get onto it are low, but the requirements to actually create content for it bloody high. Like you know, you can't. It's not something that gets done overnight. We've spent 10 months wrapping our heads around it and bringing teams in. So I think that's where there's a real excitement for me as well on the original side of things, and stepping into that sort of like on-demand and OTT space, and where there's shows now that have gone from, you know, you can do 4, 8, 12, 15 minutes, 22 minutes, 20 minutes on, you know.
I think that the difference for us, what you've just been saying, is the difference between an audience and a community.
Yes.
I think those bigger pages have much, you know, the numbers look great and stuff like that, but they've got audiences that have no sort of common ground between them. If you look at on the tools which is aimed at UK tradespeople and on a budget, which is generally homeowners within the UK that want to improve, you know, DIY on a budget, which is the biggest group, want to improve their domestic situations. There's common ground, and therefore you can deliver content to those people, whereas it's a scattergun approach at best, isn't it, when you've got worldwide gender splits and all those.
Well,
kinds of things
how do you
that
make content that resonates with such a wide
The
demographic,
world.
like the world? Yeah, you're not gonna.
Yeah,
It's
they're just
really-
like funny, viral.
Yeah.
They like cats playing pianos. It's not a subsection of society. Is
Yeah,
it?
it's not a topic, is it? It's not a sector,
strong
it's not an
enough,
industry,
It's not a
yeah.
community of people. It's just it's a generic. We all like cats playing pianos, don't we? But
So yeah, that's what excites me about Electric House. I think we've got a great bunch of people in the business. I think we've got a huge opportunity. We're moving offices,
Can't wait.
and it's going to allow
Right
us
now,
to
are we?
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like it. Yeah.
And you know, we've got a good 5 years ahead of us of being able to capture that social market. In my opinion, it was a perfect week to get you on, guys, to talk Electric
It's
House.
been a pleasure. Has this been my
Thanks.
first podcast?
yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah, both. No, you were on.
Was I on one?
You interviewed Jamie.
a jungle.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah.
Um,
Is that Laura?
That was Laura, yeah. Runs in and runs out.
Didn't even
yeah.
have to see her.
So, thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for having me on.
It's been a pleasure.
If you're ever short of guests again, let us know.
Yeah.
It'll be everyone just walking in a lot of mouthing as you go. So look, what we always need with the podcast is some reviews. Please leave a review. Please talk about it to your friends at work, or at the bus stop, or in the train station.
Yeah, or at Cats Playing Piano Club.
Oh, Cats Playing Piano Club. Put it in threads of the Cats Playing Piano videos. But absolute pleasure as always, guys. I love you to pieces. I love the fact that we get to spend each day with each other doing this shit.
Likewise.
I don't know who have we got on next week. Jamie Elkins.
I can't say because it's not confirmed.
Brilliant news.
Do we have to recommend someone or something like that?
Have you got someone to recommend?
Not. No.
Did you think it was worth bringing up if you haven't?
Well, I thought Adam might.
Have you got someone?
Have I got someone to recommend?
You got somewhere to recommend for us to do
I
it?
can get you somewhere to do a podcast. No, you put me on the spot there. I probably
Sorry.
could have prepped someone. Who?
No, it's all right. I know Justin Morehouse.
He's been on it, you prat. That was just you wanting to say that Justin Morris is your mate.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Ross.
Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure. I need to end this now because it's just killing me.
Yeah.
Please like, subscribe and share, leave a review, and we will see you next week for episode 8 of How's Your Weekend?